Welcome to English Ascent Daily. I'm very happy you are here. Life can feel busy sometimes. We wake up, check our phones, think about work, money, bills, plans, and all the things we still need to do. We look at other people and wonder if they are doing better than us. Maybe they have a bigger house, a better job, more money, or a perfect-looking life on social media. And without noticing it, we can spend years running after things that do not make us truly happy. It is a little funny, right? We work hard to buy things, then we work even harder because now we have to pay for those things. Life can become a strange little race, and sometimes we forget to ask one simple question: what really matters? Maybe what matters is not always what looks impressive from the outside. A person can live in a beautiful house in California and still feel lonely. Another person can live in a small apartment in Ohio, eat dinner with family, laugh at silly jokes, and feel rich in a completely different way. Research on happiness often points to simple things: strong relationships, a sense of purpose, good health, meaningful work, gratitude, and time with people we care about. These things do not always make great Instagram photos, but they often make a better life. In the end, people usually remember how they felt, who stayed with them, who made them laugh, and whether they used their time well. Nobody reaches the end of a long day and says, "Wow, I'm so glad I answered 50 extra emails." One of the biggest things that matters in life is connection. We need people. We need someone we can call when something goes wrong. We need someone who listens when our day was terrible. We need people who know our strange little habits and still like us. Maybe your friend knows you always order the same coffee. Maybe your sister knows you say, "I'm fine," when you are definitely not fine. That kind of connection has real value. Good relationships do not need to look perfect. Families argue. Friends misunderstand each other. Couples sometimes disagree about silly things, like where to eat or who forgot to buy milk. The important part is not having zero problems. The important part is having care, respect, honesty, and the willingness to come back and talk again. Sometimes we become so busy building a future that we stop noticing the people beside us now. We tell ourselves, "I'll call mom this weekend. I'll visit my friend next month. I'll spend more time with my kids when work gets easier." But work has a funny habit. It rarely walks into the room and says, "Good news, I am easy now. Please go enjoy your life." Time with people cannot always be saved for later. A dinner, a walk, a phone call, or 10 quiet minutes can matter more than we think. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need a fancy restaurant in Manhattan. Sometimes sitting on a porch with someone you love and talking about nothing important is exactly the important thing. Your health matters too. We often understand this only when something hurts. When your body feels good, you may not think about it much. Then you get a bad cold, your back hurts, or you cannot sleep well for 3 nights, and suddenly health becomes the most interesting subject in the world. Taking care of yourself does not mean you need to become a fitness model. You do not need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, drink green juice, run 10 miles, and post a sunrise photo before the rest of us have found our socks. Simple habits count. Sleep matters, movement matters, food matters, rest matters, regular checkups matter. Small choices repeated over time can make a big difference. Mental rest matters as well. Your brain is not a machine that should work every minute. Constant stress can make even a good life feel heavy. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step away from the screen, go outside, breathe, take a walk, or sit quietly for a few minutes. In many American cities, people move through the day very fast. Traffic, work, notifications, errands, appointments, and more notifications. A person can be sitting in a beautiful park in Chicago and still be thinking about an email. The body is in the park, but the mind is still at work. Learning to be where you are is a real skill. Another thing that matters is having enough. Notice I said enough, not everything. Money is important. It pays for food, housing, medicine, transportation, education, safety, and choices. It can remove many kinds of stress. Pretending money does not matter is not realistic. But after our basic needs and reasonable comfort are met, more and more things do not always create more and more happiness. We can quickly get used to a new phone, a new car, a bigger TV, or a nicer apartment. At first, it feels exciting. Then, after some time, it becomes normal. Human beings are very talented at turning wow into, yeah, that's mine. This does not mean ambition is bad. It is good to improve your life. It is good to save money, build a career, start a business, or buy a home if those things matter to you. The problem starts when your value as a person becomes tied to what you own. You are not your salary. You are not the size of your house. You are not the brand on your shoes. You are not the number beside your name on a social media page. These things can describe parts of your life, but they do not describe your whole worth. Purpose matters too. People often feel stronger when they know why they are doing something. Purpose does not have to mean changing the whole world. Your purpose can be taking care of your family. It can be teaching children. It can be building something useful. It can be helping customers. It can be making art, growing a small business, fixing cars, writing stories, or simply being a kind person in a difficult place. A meaningful life is often built from ordinary actions. A nurse helping a scared patient, a father making breakfast before school, a teacher staying a few extra minutes to explain something, a neighbor checking on an older person next door. These actions may never become famous, but fame is not the only way to matter. Many people wait for a giant sign telling them what their purpose is. They imagine one morning they will wake up and suddenly hear a voice saying, "Congratulations! Here is your exact mission for the next 40 years." Usually, it does not happen like that. Purpose often grows slowly. You notice what you care about. You notice what kind of problems you like solving. You notice what gives you energy and what makes you feel useful. Then you take small steps. Meaning is often discovered by living, not by sitting alone and thinking forever. Freedom matters as well. Not unlimited freedom to do anything at any time, but enough freedom to make choices that fit your values. The freedom to say no. The freedom to leave a situation that is hurting you. The freedom to choose your friends. The freedom to decide what kind of life feels right for you. Sometimes people lose this freedom because they are trying to please everyone. They choose a career because someone else likes it. They buy something because other people will be impressed. They stay at every event because they are afraid of disappointing someone. But you cannot build your whole life around other people's opinions. People change their minds all the time. Someone may judge your choice on Monday and forget about it by Friday. Meanwhile, you are still living with the choice. This does not mean we should ignore advice. Good advice is valuable. The people who love us can sometimes see things we cannot see. But at some point, you must ask, does this life fit me? Not your neighbor, not your old classmate, not the person online who seems to have perfect lighting in every room. You. Peace matters more than many people realize. When we are younger, excitement can look like the best thing. We want more action, more success, more travel, more stories, more everything. Later, many people start to understand the beauty of a quiet mind. Peace can look very simple. Waking up without fear, eating breakfast slowly, feeling safe in your home, having people around you who do not make you constantly nervous, being able to sleep without replaying every conversation from the day. If your life looks successful but your mind is always in a storm, something is missing. Inner peace is not laziness. It is not giving up. It means creating a life where your nervous system is not always acting like a bear is chasing you through a grocery store. And then there is time. Time may be the most honest part of life because everyone receives a limited amount of it. We can earn more money. We can replace many things. But yesterday is gone, last year is gone, 10 years ago is gone. This can sound scary, but it can also be useful. Remembering that time is limited helps us choose better. Do I really want to spend 2 hours arguing with a stranger online? Do I want to stay angry for 3 days because someone made a rude comment? Do I want to keep saying yes to things I secretly hate? Your time is your life in small pieces. A morning is a piece of your life. A weekend is a piece of your life. An hour with your father, your child, your partner, or your best friend is a piece of your life. When you spend time, you are spending something you cannot earn back. This is why being present matters. We often live in two places that do not exist, the past and the future. We replay old mistakes. We imagine future problems. Meanwhile, the actual moment is sitting quietly in front of us, waiting to be noticed. Being present does not mean you never plan. Planning is smart. Learning from the past is smart too. But if your mind is always somewhere else, you can miss your own life while you are living it. Maybe you are drinking coffee in a small kitchen in Texas. The morning light is coming through the window. Your dog is lying near your feet. Nothing amazing is happening. There is no big event, no dramatic music. But one day, you may miss that exact ordinary morning. That is one strange thing about life. We often know a moment was special only after it is gone. So sometimes we need to practice noticing ordinary good things while they are still happening. Gratitude helps with this. Gratitude is not pretending everything is perfect. It is not saying, my life has no problems. It simply means noticing what is still good. Maybe you have one friend who always answers. Maybe your health is better than it was last year. Maybe you have a safe place to sleep. Maybe you are learning something new. Maybe you had a really good sandwich for lunch. Yes, sandwiches count. We are trying to build a meaningful life, not win an award for being serious. When we notice good things, our attention changes. The brain naturally notices problems because problems can be important for survival. But if we only look for what is wrong, life can start to feel like one long list of complaints. Gratitude does not remove difficulty. It gives difficulty some company. You can be worried and still be thankful. You can be tired and still notice a beautiful evening. Two feelings can exist at the same time. Growth matters too. A good life is not a life where you never fail. That would be impossible and, honestly, a little boring. Growth happens because we make mistakes, learn, adjust, and try again. Think about the person you were 5 years ago. Maybe you worried about things that do not bother you now. Maybe you trusted people you would not trust today. Maybe you were afraid to do something that now feels easy. That change is evidence that you can grow. You do not need to become a completely different person every year. Small improvements are enough. Learning to communicate better, becoming a little more patient, saving a little more money, moving your body more often, reading, learning a skill, apologizing faster, setting better boundaries. A meaningful life is not built in one giant moment. It is built in hundreds of small decisions that do not look dramatic when they happen. Kindness matters too. This sounds simple, but simple does not mean weak. The world can be hard. People are carrying problems we cannot see. A cashier may be worried about a sick parent. A coworker may be going through a breakup. A stranger may be having the worst week of their year. A little patience can change the tone of someone's day. Holding a door, saying thank you, giving a real compliment, listening instead of interrupting, or offering help when someone is struggling. These actions are small, but they create the kind of world we all say we want. Kindness also includes how you speak to yourself. Some people would never talk to a friend the way they talk to themselves. They make one mistake and immediately say, "I'm so stupid, I ruin everything." Imagine saying that to your best friend because they forgot one appointment. They would probably look at you and say, "Wow, thanks for the support." We need standard, but we also need self-respect. Another thing that matters is being honest with yourself. We are very good at creating explanations. We say we are too busy when really we are afraid. We say we do not care when actually we care a lot. We say we are waiting for the right time when maybe we are waiting because starting feels uncomfortable. Honesty can be painful, but it is useful. If you know what is really happening inside you, you can make a real decision. If you keep hiding the truth from yourself, you keep solving the wrong problem. Maybe you do not hate your job. Maybe you hate that you never rest. Maybe you do not need a new city. Maybe you need better friends. Maybe you are not lazy. Maybe your goal does not matter to you anymore. These are important differences. Courage matters because life keeps asking us to do uncomfortable things. Have the conversation, apply for the job, leave the bad situation, start again, say no, say yes, ask for help, admit you were wrong. Courage does not always feel brave. Sometimes courage feels like a shaking voice and sweaty hands. Sometimes it looks like sending one email you have avoided for a week. What matters is not becoming fearless. Fear is part of being human. What matters is learning that fear does not always need to make the final decision. Play matters too. Adults sometimes forget this. Children play without asking whether the activity is productive. Adults want everything to improve something. A hobby must become a side business. A walk must burn calories. A book must teach a skill. Even relaxing starts to feel like homework. You are allowed to do something simply because you enjoy it. Watch a baseball game, paint badly, dance in your kitchen, go fishing, play cards, try a new recipe, sing in the car even if your voice makes the radio nervous. Joy is not a waste of time. Fun is not childish. A life with no play can become efficient but empty. Rest is also not something you have to earn after completely exhausting yourself. Rest is part of being a healthy person. A phone needs charging, a car needs fuel, and somehow we expect the human body to survive on caffeine, stress, and positive thinking. Learning when to stop is important. There will always be another task, another email, another dish, another goal. If you wait until everything is finished before you rest, you may be waiting forever. Enough is a powerful word. Enough work for today, enough money for what you need, enough approval from other people, enough trying to prove yourself, enough comparing. Comparison steals attention from your own path. Someone in New York may become successful at 25. Someone in Arizona may start a new career at 45. Someone may get married young. Someone else may be happier alone. There is no single schedule that fits every human life. Social media can make this harder because we see many people's best moments in one place. One person is buying a house, another is traveling, another is getting promoted, another is posting a perfect family photo where, 5 minutes earlier, everyone may have been arguing about where to park. Your real life will always look less polished than someone else's selected moments. That is normal. What matters is whether your life feels true to you. Are you becoming someone you respect? Are you taking care of the people you love? Are you using your time in a way that makes sense to you? Are you moving towards something meaningful, even slowly? You will not get every day right. Some days will be wasted, some choices will be poor. Sometimes you will know better and still do the wrong thing. Welcome to being human. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. Notice when you are moving away from what matters, then come back. Maybe you have been working too much. Come back to your relationships. Maybe you have ignored your health. Come back to your body. Maybe you have been comparing yourself too much. Come back to your own path. Maybe you have been chasing money without enjoying anything you already have. Come back to gratitude. Life gives us many chances to return. So what really matters in life? There is no single answer for everyone. But for many people, the answer is surprisingly simple. People we love, health, time, peace, purpose, enough money to live with dignity, freedom to make meaningful choices, growth, kindness, joy, and the courage to live according to our values. Most of these things are not loud. They do not always look impressive. They may not get thousands of likes, but they make an ordinary Tuesday feel worth living. So maybe the question is not, how can I have the most? Maybe the better question is, how can I notice, protect, and enjoy what matters most? Look at your own life. Who matters to you? What gives you peace? What do you want to remember about these years? What are you giving too much time to? And what important thing have you been saying you will do later? You do not need to fix your entire life tonight. Choose one small thing. Call someone. Take a walk. Go to bed a little earlier. Put your phone down during dinner. Say thank you. Say sorry. Save some money. Make an appointment. Spend 10 minutes doing something you love. Small actions are how values become real. At the end of life, we probably will not wish we had spent more time refreshing our inbox. We will remember people, moments, places, laughter, difficult days we survived, quiet mornings, family dinners, long drives, songs we loved, chances we took, kindness we gave and received. A good life does not need to be perfect. It needs to be lived. Thank you for spending this time with me on English Ascent Daily. Keep learning, keep growing, and do not forget to make space for the people and moments that truly matter. Your life is happening now. Notice it, take care of it, and enjoy as much of it as you can.